Let's get straight to the video.
Alright, y'all, welcome back to the illest and most livest YouTube channel from Suffolk County, Strong Island. Anyway, we about to get into this. And y'all know this segment, when I start talking like this, it gets dark. So welcome to Explain That Mama. And we got a good one. This one is coming from my main. I love this guy's content. He is the real Q Hef, and y'all run him up, man. And if you into stuff like this, ooh, it gets deep. For YouTube purposes, man, this is just me reacting to all of this stuff, man. I don't know, man. This is entertainment purposes only. I'm just reacting to videos. All right, so let's get into it.
Y'all, look at his face. He looks like he smells the camera, and he was like, you know that face the dogs make when they don't like something. It's like, oh, hell no to that.
In Coco Horror's videos, she is often seen standing alone in places most people are afraid to enter, abandoned tunnels, dark forests, and accident sites. She has even been spotted standing in front of the hidden path leading to Inunaki Village, as if she already knows the place. Her presence there feels unnatural, not like a visitor, but like someone who belongs to those forgotten locations. The silence around her feels heavy, as if the walls and roads recognize.
Why do people go into these places by themselves? Like, what is wrong with you? What happens if you do something just simple, like trip?
Her. In some videos, faint sounds, sudden shadows, or unexplained movements appear in the background, yet Coco calmly ignores them. Many viewers believe these moments are not just coincidences. Seeing her stand so peacefully near places like Inunaki Village raises an unsettling question. Does Coco truly belong to our world, or does she have a connection to places where ordinary people are not meant to go? Perhaps she is never really alone. Perhaps something unseen is always standing beside her.
I don't even know who she is.
The biggest conspiracy theory about Jennifer Lopez is...
I have a bigger conspiracy about JLo. JLo practices Santeria, and that's how she got famous. As a spiritual account, this is not a big deal to me. Hi, I'm Pythian Priestess. I run a spiritual account. Santeria is not evil, even though these articles will say so. I knew JLo's godmother back in Florida. In Florida, Santeria and Catholicism are like interconnected. Now, there are rumors from JLo's makeup artist that she hexed some people. Yeah, she has partaken in animal sacrifice. JLo also believes she was plagued by demons, so she burned her wedding dress. Here's the most damning part. Bear with me, it's really hard to find this transcript anywhere else. So this is JLo's first husband on this show. My black magic godmother, who is now Jennifer's spiritual leader, she participated in the sacrifices of chickens and hens, cleansing Jennifer with the blood. It was poured over her, and she was bathed and washed away with herbs. I think that's way cooler, rather than if she's singing her songs or not.
Oh, secret pizza party. Then you're gonna love this book. Here's Sebastian. Look.
Why in elementary school did we always have pizza parties? I don't know about y'all, but for me we did. That is kind of weird, right? Knowing how they use pizza. That shit just don't sit right now knowing.
This war was written about years ago from Osama bin Laden. Hear me out, hear me out. Osama bin Laden literally wrote a letter to the American people, literally titled "To the American People." I read this years ago. You can find it at dni.gov. You can read it yourself. You need to read this. Osama basically is going in about how we as American people are complicit, whether we voted for this administration or not. He talks about how we as Americans know what's happening with our government and we have not done anything about it. So therefore, when they do decide to take America out or do things to America, it would be technically deserved from their mindset because we are here and we haven't done anything to change our reality of our country. He talks about everything. He talks about the Jewish people owning all the capital in America and how it doesn't serve Americans. He talks about how American people, we're aware of all the horrific things our government has been doing and all the horrific things in our society, but yet we have not stood up as a people. We have not created a revolution, so therefore we are complicit. So therefore, when they do decide to do anything to us, it's deserved, right? You guys need to read the letter to the American people. I'm telling you, like, I haven't read it to this day, but everything he said stuck with me till this day. I'm actually about to read it again because...
What the actual hell? Okay. Secure personal development.
See, now it is way too close to summertime for me for this, because I really love roller coasters. So this is just crazy right here. Like, I don't want to see this, but I can't unsee it. So we're gonna continue.
I got on that ride before, and I don't plan on doing that shit again.
Dog, predicted this shit. The U.S. Bank Tower that was purchased by the same guy that owned the Twin Towers, you know, the one that he took a $6 billion insurance policy on, didn't show up to work that day. Remember that guy? Yeah, remember when he bought the U.S. Tower about a month or two ago, and everyone was saying that it was about to get hit either by a missile or something was going to happen to it, and it did? They're just playing with this in our face at this point.
What's y'all thoughts? This off entertainment.
Japanese horror is known for being extremely and unsettlingly disturbing. During a recording of a couple on a seemingly romantic trip, something utterly terrifying was allegedly captured as they explored a shadowy, abandoned building located tucked away behind the inn where they were staying.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
As the recording continues, the couple begins to walk through the place and soon encounter something very strange in the middle of the hallway. With the rotting ceiling falling apart and the cracked walls peeling and moldy, the grim signs of decay and abandonment were...
Look, I'm all down for exploring and going deep, diving into abandoned places and all of that. Like, we got this place out here called, it's an old insane asylum out there. It's Pilgrim State. And the old buildings, and we want to explore and all that, but we don't go with just me and my girl. No, that's not how that works. We get a nice little team together. We up in here deep, you heard? And somebody better have, I ain't gonna say it, but this right here. Nah, what kind of romantic? Yeah, people crazy.
Clear, looking like a scene straight out of a horror movie. I confess I'd be absolutely terrified of what malevolent presence I might find there, especially in those eerie, darkest spots. Up until then, despite the creepy vibe, it didn't seem like anything more than just another abandoned building. However, everything would change drastically the moment the boy filming looked back at the unsettling empty back of that dark room and unexpectedly came across this. The young man panics upon seeing a pale face in the upper corner of the door. Without a second thought, he ends up abandoning his own girlfriend and runs down the stairs in desperation.
That's about right. Ditch her.
I'm out. His girl, bro. That's wild.
Japanese people all know who she is. Kuchisake Onna. What is Kuchisake Onna? Where did she come from? And why has this legend terrified Japan for centuries? Now we're about to dig into the truth behind that terror.
Hey, yo, she about to tell y'all how
A lot of
Joker
people
came.
think Kuchisake Onna is a modern urban legend, something that started in the 1970s, but that's not quite right. Her roots go back about 800 to 1200 years, all the way to Japan's Heian period. And that's roughly 794 to 1185 AD. and the original tale is actually pretty tragic. According to the oldest version, she was once a stunningly beautiful woman, the wife or concubine of a samurai warrior. She was so beautiful that she became vain about it. She'd walk through her village and ask people, "Am I beautiful?" just to hear them say yes. But her husband grew jealous. He became paranoid. He became convinced she was being unfaithful. And one day, in a fit of rage, he took his sword and sliced her mouth open from ear to ear. As he did it, he screamed at her, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" And unfortunately, she died from the wounds, but she didn't stay dead. In Japanese folklore, there is a concept called onryo, vengeful spirits. These are the ghosts of people who died in particularly violent or unjust ways. Abused wives, torture victims, people who were betrayed. Their spirits don't rest. They come back consumed by rage and pain, and they take it out on the living. And that is what she became, Kuchisake Onna.
Damn. Ear to ear? Oh.
So, if you are wondering why suddenly all of Hollywood starts to reverse age and doesn't quite look like themselves anymore, I highly suggest you watch the series The Beauty. I'm not saying that they did. I'm just saying that it's a very, very, very entertaining show. All I ask of you is that you watch it with an open mind.
Okay, so a lot of you have been saying in regards to Doja's new appearance that she's just a Libra, this is Libra vibes, and she's just always been like that. I don't know, having an Eyes Wide Shut themed birthday party and this whole cake situation, yeah. I just think we need to consider the thought, or rather the concept of the whole Illuminati indoctrination. If you want to make it past the 27 Club, you got to do weird ass humiliating.
To me, it's just like the same thing back in the late 80s, early 90s. The punk rockers, they was all looked at crazy. Then all of a sudden, they was on the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? Or the club kids. I don't see nothing real crazy with this yet.
Shit. Now, if you're not familiar with the 27 Club, it's essentially like a theory, the multitude of celebrities that have passed away before the age of 27. Also, a weird part about all of this is that most of them were found with a white lighter in their pocket. I don't know. Maybe that is, again, more symbolism in some kind of way. I don't know. So, like, it's said that if you sell your soul and want to make it really big in the industry somehow, or make it past the age of 27, and not be found with a white lighter in your pocket. I just love the term internet urban legend. Like, this is all heavily conspiracy based, which I must preface, I do not subscribe to any conspiracy theory. I just really enjoy the concept of thought that goes into this kind of thing. And the fact that white lighters are associated with bad fortune. The most common one with this is Kurt Cobain. I digress. Yeah, we all know Doja's always been weird and funny. She's always been putting herself out there like that, but the concept that she has potentially been indoctrinated into some kind of society, and in order to do so and like remain alive, is when celebrities start doing creepy stuff like this. I don't know. And especially since we've been talking.
And since we on this type of topic, I want to get out this off my mind. It feels like in the past 20 years, everything's become darker, duller. Like the colors are not vibrant anymore. So like when I see this right here, it's like it's fitting in. Everybody's on this dark vibe. And I don't know, like everybody's gothic all of a sudden. That's what it feels like to me.
Talking about celebrity glitches lately, like just check this one out too.
Oh, check out Doja Cat here. Tell me she on timeout. Looks like she just... Yo, what happened to her? She glitched.
Some things lately have just been really strange. We can keep defending her and saying that this is all just like a publicity thing. There's nothing more to read into, and that's fine. Doja, you do what you gotta do, girl. But also, if you guys are familiar with anything to do with, like, any conspiracy around, like, the Illuminati, selling your soul, all of that kind of stuff, this whole black eye thing, like the whole concept of panda eyes, it goes really deep. Again, you do you, girl. Libra vibes, it's giving Halloween energy. And a lot of you are wondering, like, why do people get so conspiracy theoried about this kind of thing? Might I now direct you to the comments where a lot of this whole, like, sell your soul to the devil thing comes from, okay? There's just so much to it that gets people thinking.
There's a conspiracy theory about your husband. And I feel like I actually just need to bring up the picture that he might be William Shakespeare reincarnated. Well, because look.
It's kind of nuts, right?
I thought it was. I mean, it took seeing the photo for me to go, oh, I should take this seriously. I did a little digging.
What'd you learn?
So, Anne Juliet is a play where what if Juliet didn't die with Romeo? And a lot of it is influenced by Shakespeare's wife, and her name is Anne Hathaway.
It's weird, right? Hot. We're not commenting on that.
It's like, we're back!
No, it wouldn't. It would be great if it was true, but even if it's not, still kind of great.
I love that your husband
I just love that he's cute. I don't want to like go on about it, but yeah.
The last time we talked, the way you talked about him.
I'm blushing.
And you've been together, you just celebrated 11 years?
11 years married, 15 years together.
15 years together.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built.
Is it a reach?
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is the car glitching. That John was moving by itself. Don't act like your Apple iPhone will be cutting on by itself.
Europe, check it out, family. 2026. A lot of shit is happening, especially when it comes to these skies. Because this video here is someone catching another circular UFO flying. I already uploaded another video of someone I know personally who happened to.
Y'all know I'm really deep into this. This is my thing. UFO, yes. So you already know this gonna get to explain that, mama. Please explain it to me. Show me that this is AI recreated. Do whatever you gonna do. But tell me that these people ain't genuinely, all right.
Catch this fishing in North Carolina. Y'all could go back on my page and look for that. But this shit is not AI. They really seen what they saw and saw what they seen on Funnel Grave. Shit is crazy.
There it is. It's just hovering, dude. What a trip. I never thought they were real. Well, out here at Whiskey Town, right?
I was so immediately intrigued because I do love the city, and I feel that it's so telling when a script sets a very specific location. You can tell what that's supposed to mean.
Okay, I'm not really deep on, because I really can't tell you who this person is, but she definitely doesn't look at her eye. Oh man, yeah, explain that, mama. I mean, just explain why I don't know, man.
And what it means about these characters.
Something weird is going on in Hollywood, y'all.
Hell no. You're not gonna tell me that this girl is this girl. Hell no. No, I'm not taking that. No. Yeah, explain that. Look at the okay, they're gonna say contacts and all that other stuff. Okay, all right, I got it. Yeah, look at the mouth, look at the yo, son, what happened? All right.
Why are all of these celebrities looking different? Jim Carrey, and the list goes on. And now Olivia Wilde doesn't look like Olivia Wilde. Yo, that is wild stuff indeed. I don't know what is going on here. And maybe this is Olivia Wilde. maybe, just maybe, I really don't know what is going on, but you can't deny that there is something strange happening anymore. Because this is Olivia Wilde. So my question is, who is this right here? Maybe it's because she lost a ton of weight. Maybe that is it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I really don't know what is going on. I know I'm not the one to talk when it comes to weight. I know I've got to drop a few pounds myself. But regardless, what is happening right here? Because this does not look like the same person. And this video is for entertainment purposes only. But you tell me, does that person on the left look like that person on the right? What is really going on? Wait.
Hey man, first of all, y'all know my town. Y'all know my channel. Y'all know how I get down. I'm high. But look at here, man. You can't tell me she don't look like a crackhead. You can't tell me she don't look like... Why is all the celebrities looking like crackheads now?
Wake up.
What's your thoughts, bro? Her eyes is bugged out.
Can someone explain to me why Michelle Lammy is on a white pale horse? Shh. Sir! Something is going on here, guys. Remember? No way. What is going on here, guys? People are saying that this is how it could possibly be when shit hits the fan. Shh. Shut up! Who's that guy right there? That's the real question. Who's this? Huh? Who is this guy right here? Because I don't want to ever see him a day in my life, whether it's on a white horse or a black horse. This means something, and you know exactly what it means. It means that horses come in different colors. Shh. Shut up! But seriously, why couldn't they use a different color horse? Why the white one? Something's up. Nothing's up, guys. Entertainment purposes only. I'm just piecing things together that don't exist. That probably was a movie, wasn't real. Her coming out on the white horse, Michelle Lammy, that probably is her horse, right? It runs around on her farm. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think when you see a white horse or a black horse. Let me know. I'm out.
Is that a good read or is it not? Y'all spam it up below. Let me know.
When did mosquitoes start looking like this, bruh? Look at this shit. This joint look like something off a sci-fi movie. That joint look like an animatronic. Tell me I'm tripping. Y'all ever seen a mosquito looking like this? Look at the legs, bruh. That joint look like the little joint at the car wash. The little spin brush. That joint look souped up. That joint look like he got an upgrade. That joint purple, blue, black. Look at the damn antlers. And then the fact that this man letting it suck his blood is crazy to me. You don't know what this joint got. You don't know where this joint came from. If that joint landed on me, I'm instantly taking off my shirt, boy. That joint coming smooth off. I'm telling you. It just got you thinking like, this shit ain't normal, fool. It ain't normal to my eyes. If it's normal to your eyes, let me know if you've seen it before. It's just like the tick situation. How many ticks I've been seeing? That shit ain't normal to my eyes.
Keep drinking that tap water.
I knew that was coming.
You can work full-time with confidence while on SSDI. All SUP employment services is authorized by the Social Security Administration.
What's this?
My son got a glove in his
There's
pizza.
plastic here. That's someone's glove. That's disgusting.
I think I remember. Didn't that happen before?
When you succeed, don't tell a soul. You pay that car off, don't be talking about it. You make a lot of money, zip it. You feeling good, you got great news. Keep it to yourself. I can't express enough how important this is. You've heard it before. You've heard this saying so many times, and I'm just please, 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 please be very careful who you tell your successes to.
Man, who you telling?
Bro, listen to this shit.
Where are we?
Listen.
Lights.
This how you know. This is how you know, bro. Listen what this nigga about to say, man.
That's enough. Lights. What the hell just happened? Where'd all that go? The water America drinks so conveniently from their taps is laced with a chemical that inhibits the ability to see certain frequencies of light. Those frequencies are used in this room. So it's all just invisible? You and everyone else in America do not have the ability to see the things in this room.
This is the reason why we cannot see shit, bro. It all makes sense. They be telling us in these cartoons and movies.
What is going on here, guys? Shh! Shut up! There's no way. No!
Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Get up out of there. No way. Come! Where? Where are they going? No way.
Oh, snap. This is in the UK, son?
Yes, they're real. These are real things. I don't know what they are. No.
Yo, this is crazy.
First thing first, I don't know who that lady is whispering like that. All right? Now, she said that was in the UK.
Purposes only.
If anybody's in the UK, can you confirm that? Because she's saying that there's zombies in the UK. And to be honest with you, it looked like zombies. Stop playing with me, son. It's the same purpose on what the hell is going on in the UK, but if you're over there, you better get the hell out of there now. Shh. Shut up. Now, just playing around, guys. Come on. I must have been a movie scene or something, right? Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game that I got you several times in. Shh. Shut up. But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever somewhere like that and I see people walking around moving like zombies, I can stop that.
Man, there's one thing I just don't want to happen, and that's a zombie apocalypse.
Children, I was touching.
Wow.
As a child, I was touching other children.
No.
When did you stop? When did I stop touching other children?
Yes.
Like,
Hassan Campbell.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
Bro, I can't believe what I just heard.
This guy right here discovered oil in Houston, Texas. No way.
What is that, mama? I mean, what in Steven Spielberg? What is that, mama? Come on, mama.
I believe it. The guy looks every bit of 200 years old. That's impossible, bro.
That dude look
He's staring
dead.
down another ancient creature. Forget all that. Who's this? Who is this guy right here? Because people are saying that he's 200 years old. Something about he discovered oil in Texas, which I don't believe, because I don't know who that guy was talking that crap. People are also saying that he's coming to collect. Because think about it, why is he there? Why is he there? He should be home relaxing. What is he doing outside? Everybody knows that LeBron's time is up. They've been saying this for a long time, guys. Right? Somebody had the nerve to say that's the Reaper. No, he's not. Shh. Shut up. He's looking up, hoping that the Most High could save him, but it's just too late. This guy is coming to collect. He don't care, bro. Look at him, bro. Why is he there? I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know who that guy was talking about oil and that guy was 2 or 3 years old. He's just an older gentleman enjoying the Lakers game. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
Far reach? Or are they on point?
What if I oh, is it makeup? Is it a movie set around the corner? I mean, there is in LA, right?
Told you that in the near future, in order to pay for something through your bank, small, tiny airborne particles will swarm around you to read your biometric data in order to authenticate that payment. People are going to say this is a conspiracy theory, but here's the United States patent filed by Wells Fargo in 2022, and this invention is called Smart Dust. Here's the summary from the filed patent. You can read this for yourself, but Smart Dust is a system of small micro-electromechanical systems devices that can have sensors that collect data and transfer it to a base station device. These devices are small enough that they can be suspended in the air, and they can do facial recognition, get your height, your weight, your blood pressure, your eyes. They take that information, go back to the user profile, make sure it's you, and then they authenticate the payment. And less than a week ago, Trump signed an executive order that will require Americans to release their biometric data or lose their bank accounts. Of course, they will tell you that this is all for your security. Smart Dust was originally a military concept. Now it's going to be used as your wallet. What could go wrong? Well, this technology is insane because sure, it can be used to authenticate your payment, but it could also be used to surveil every single person in the world without them even knowing. I know Trump said no to central bank digital currencies, but don't you think that Smart Dust is worse? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Look, my opinion on this, man. What I'm saying is not true. This shit is all for entertainment. Why are they always doing some shit?
I agree, bro.
When we got other necessities that need to be tended to. Others more serious shit. We talking about some shit called Smart Dust. Come on, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing, bro? Like I said, what I'm saying ain't true. This shit all for entertainment, bro. Watch it come with some like hazard or something over time. 50 to 100 years, we're gonna be trying to figure out why some shit is spiking and people getting sick off some shit, and it's really gonna be because of this. And they know this, but they not gonna. Bro, this shit. We always doing something, bro. Always doing something.
Girl, check it out, family. They just caught a real Duende out there in Mexico. And I'm just showing y'all part 1, but y'all let me know what y'all think or feel about this video. But on Phono Grave, shit is spooky out here.
A ver, pequeño. A ver, sal de ahí, pues no estás muy fuerte, no estás muy valiente. A ver, quiero que salgas de ahí. Mira, son varios, porque tenían sus cabecitas, mira, son varios.
¿Qué pedo?
¿Te das cuenta? Son varios duendes.
Mira, mira, mira.
Son
Mira, se está moviendo ahí adentro algo.
A ver, duende, ¿dónde
¿Será?
estás?
¿Y no habrá un animalito o algo?
No creo. ¿Con ese ruido? Un perro hace como un perro, un gato como un gato. Pero no se escucha así, cosas se escucha...
Somebody please tell me what they
You've been with the channel since day.
Somebody please translate, but oh my God. Oh my God. Do you see? Explain that, mama.
Do y'all remember that clip?
A farmer nearly jumped out of his skin after digging up a veggie that looked uncannily like a human hand. He admitted that he thought he'd stumbled across a buried body, giving him the fright of his life. The freaky yam had fingers, a thumb, and even nail-like markings, basically something straight out of a horror film. The farmer soon realised it was just one seriously odd-looking root, pulled up alongside dozens of normal ones. The bizarre find has since gone viral online, with curious buyers offering hundreds to get their hands on the unusual veggie. But the stunned farmer is refusing to sell for now, despite admitting he has no clue what to do with it.
People want to laugh at you when you say Antarctica is a cover-up. First of all, you already know I think the ice wall is real. Second of all, this was in 2025. What is that? What is that? First of all, how do y'all find this stuff? What is that? Genuinely. And a lot of people, they can say, oh, this is just AI. Okay, cool. cool. You see the patterns, you know, you see the Black Pyramid, you see all the things in Antarctica, Deception Island. It's like weird, crazy, kooky, right? People will even say this, hold on. The fact that the Rothschilds, one of the richest families, the Rothschilds have an island in Antarctica where, mind you, there's a whole treaty saying we're prohibited from going to certain parts of Antarctica. Why do y'all have an island if it is just ice? Why is there an island? Okay, all right, we got that. If you thought that first thing was AI, what's this? What is that? So somebody found these coordinates. I don't know what the coordinates are, but there is a giant face in the ice. Now, there's a lot of things that I can say, you know, maybe it's just a coinky-dink, but this doesn't look like a coinky-dink. I'm seeing a mouth, a nose, and 2 eyes. Before I die, I must know what is going on. What are they hiding specifically? I need names.
I think they're going too far.
I need to know what it is. These are the things that haunt me at 2 a.m. What do y'all think is going on? I mean, there's so many theories from giants to behemoth to, you know, second, third. Well, I'm not going to say that. I don't want my video getting taken down. But I don't know, guys. You tell me. As always, make sure y'all like and follow. Comment down below your thoughts.
What the hell? Oh, hell no. Yeah, explain that to me, mama. What in the...
Now, I love that video because people are well aware that they're poisoning our skies. They're coming together with all these, you know, metal detectors, and they're showing you, they're just going off like crazy because these are heavy metals and they're falling down. They're poisoning our skies, that we're breathing this stuff in. We're high in heavy metals. The animals are high in heavy metals. Our soil is high in heavy metals. Our food is high in heavy metals as a direct result of that. And when the right frequencies are activated through 5G and all that stuff, we're literally becoming microwaved. And this is all a part of the New World Order's agenda. This is why it's never been more important to detox from all of these heavy metals. You need to get in a sauna at least 3 times a week.
So if there is one place that is truly haunted in this world, that place is Japan. This video is pretty old, but it's a very convincing piece of paranormal footage. So this cab driver slows down to pick somebody up. And as the door opens, he turns around, and you can see the door open and shut on its own. And then he turns around and just simply takes off. But that's not what's creepy about this footage. It's what was captured on the taxi's CCTV footage. You gotta watch this.
Right there.
That's crazy how her body materializes and then just disappears. What?
She right there. She right there. If y'all can't see it, I got you. She right there.
Now let's take a look at her face with the video zoomed in. This shit is nuts. It looks like she was in some sort of accident, right? One eye is completely shut. The other one is dark and just, damn. Her nose looks fractured. One side of her face looks swollen, especially around the jaw area. I mean, just in general, she looks creepy as.
With Base 44, a simple sentence becomes your website.
There's a lot of stories and videos in Japan about cab drivers picking up lost souls. Imagine that. Being stuck on this planet, and your purpose now is to take a cab ride every single night. I am not gonna lie, that sucks. If that was to be your purpose after you go. I mean, there are much worse things than that, right?
With that clip, I think something happened to her in that car. I remember when that clip came out. What y'all think, man? Let me know. Prayers to her, her family, and hopefully she can be at peace.
It's an important message that I've ever posted. So stick around. This is specifically for Americans. I need to talk to every single one of you about something because no one else is doing it, all right? So just sit with something for a sec. Give me a sec. What I've been watching, what we've been watching in Ireland this week reminds me of something every American should probably know but doesn't. Right now, Irish farmers and haulers are blocking motorways. They're parking their tractors on O'Connell Street down in Dublin. And they're shutting down the country's only oil refinery. Ordinary people, done being lied to, done being taxed into the dirt, standing firm in the streets. And this reminded me that the Irish fought for America. You might not know it, but 40 to 50% of George Washington's army was Irish. The Pennsylvania line, the toughest unit of George Washington, was nicknamed the Line of Ireland. A British officer actually said that Irish Gaelic was as commonly spoken as English in the ranks. And their descendants, they're now showing us what it still looks like to stand up. And not everyone stood up in the American Revolution, by the way. Only 1/3 of the colonists even fought. 1/3 stayed loyal to the king, and 1/3 did nothing and kept their heads down. So all it took to birth this country was a small committed group and the Irish. Those who fought knew exactly where to fight because it was their town, their county, and their neighbors. And they led where they lived. You hear me say it all the time. Nobody who fought ever said, hey, I'm too busy on Facebook, or I'm waiting for a better candidate, or hey, maybe a better moment will come. They stood up, just like we have to stand up today. And remember, what did our founding fathers fight for? Taxes that they didn't vote on, freedom of worship, and the right to govern themselves. That was enough for them to go fight. But now, we got surveillance of every message, corruption the founders couldn't have imagined, rigged contracts and elections, lies on the news, shielded by institutions, taxes that you never voted on, a Green Deal that enriches the elite, food that makes your kids sick, and, of course, the schools hiding decisions from parents. Haven't you had enough? Tell me honestly, what percentage of Americans are actually fighting back? 5%, maybe. The rest are too busy. We're too distracted, waiting for someone else, or they just rant about it online. In other words, we're in a worse place today than we were in 1776. But this revolution, it doesn't need a single weapon. Here's why. There's 3,144 counties in America with hundreds of thousands of empty local seats. School boards, city council, county commissions, precinct chairs, special boards controlling billions with zero public oversight. Most seats don't even need an election. They're vacant or one person is running unopposed. So you just walk in, sign up, and you got the seat. Imagine if 300,000 Americans walked into those seats this year. The corrupt would have to show their cards. The grifters would have their feet held to the fire. And the lies, they'd stop working because someone in every room would be telling the truth while these boats go by. We don't need to fire a shot. We need to show up. The founders won because they led where they lived. We have that same edge right now. In your county, your town, and your district. Stop believing that you can't do anything. That's a lie that you've been fed for years. We've been fed for years. You're not powerless. You're just not in the room yet. Get in the room. And now, I want to talk directly to the veterans, first responders, police, firefighters, and anyone who ever wore uniform and took that oath. You're not done. You weren't built for retirement. Come on, admit it. You were built to stand a post. And this country still has posts that need standing. You already took the oath. The Constitution didn't expire when your contract did it? No. The enemies, foreign and domestic, did not stop existing when your duty ended. You're predestined to lead in this country. You are its sentinels, and the country needs you back in the fight. That's what I'm doing. Not overseas this time, right in our country, the one you came home to. That's why we're launching the TAB Sentinel program, built for the men and women who already know what it means to serve something bigger than themselves. That's still you, and it's still me, and the nation needs you one more time, at home.
I ain't gonna lie, he was going crazy.
McDonald's releases a $54 a month subscription. One person, you get unlimited meals. Question is, are you buying this package? I mean, that's a lot of food. Unlimited? Oh, no. They probably doing 1 or 2 meals a day. Ain't gonna lie, I'm surprised they haven't came out with this way before. This would have been smart. There's about 65 million people who eat at McDonald's a month. What if 10% of those people sign up? So that's 6.5 million a month times 54, $351 million a month. That's 4.5 billion, y'all, extra in a year. That's if it's only 10% of their daily.
I just got one thing to say. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of what I'm about to say is true, but all I'm asking is just where are they getting all of the food to do what's about to happen with this?
Customers sign up for this 54 limited meal a month subscription. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, this might be the bar rollout for what they about to have in the future. We're gonna have to be having subscriptions for groceries, probably. Subscriptions for cars. And the people who do like eating at McDonald's. This is a good deal for y'all. Like y'all better take advantage of this. I don't eat the human burger, but y'all do. So $54 a month, unlimited. Every day you can go there on lunch. Come on now. You spending 10 when you go there for meals. So you only spend 54?
All right, I'm gonna give you my opinion. Everything I'm saying is not true. This is just an opinion. Just a way to look at it. If you look at it from a business standpoint, most people that have subscriptions don't use them. And that's what they're going on. The AI has told them that most people that have subscriptions, you got a movie subscription and y'all watch about 2 movies on there a month. You went crazy when you first got it. And that's all that's going to happen. As soon as you pay that first month, oh yeah, you going to bum rush McDonald's like a mug. That next month, you still paying that subscription, you probably go there 3 times. The next month, you probably won't even go there at all, but it's inside your subscription, so it's automatically getting paid. That's what they banking on. That's just my opinion. None of what I said was true.
I do believe they might make it $79 to $100 or something dollars a month. Y'all tell me, are y'all gonna subscribe to an unlimited human burger?
And that's the thing. People gonna start going more often. That mean that they gonna have to get more food. So I can see the subscriptions going up. But then as they already selling the food, where people gonna be getting sick, bro. In my opinion, people gonna be getting sick, more sick than they are now. You play around with a McDonald's burger if you want to for 30 years and watch what happens. Shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy.
It's so easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record.
I stopped drinking because of something that I saw in my camera roll of myself that was not me. We're going to get into this. It was December 31st, 2020. And I was, keep in mind, I'm scrolling through this. I don't remember this because I blacked out. I was on Bourbon Street. And apparently I was in the bathroom in some bar on Bourbon Street, recording myself crying and just melting down. And then all of a sudden, I stopped crying. My eyes turn jet black and my face just goes cold. And whatever it was in me looked up at my phone and it said, if you take another drink, mark my words, this is gonna happen. I promise you. And I saw that video. And I showed my wife.
I need to see the actual
I ain't
video.
drink no more. We going on almost 6 years. I ain't drink no more. It took that. For me to see, I saw a demon in my own face. That's my story.
I think the conversation of reparations is an important conversation for us to have. It's one that people largely dodge. We just, for reasons I'll never understand. I know the reasons, and I know why. But for reasons I'll never understand, we run from this conversation of reparations. Slave owners, they got reparations for freeing their slaves with a deal struck by Abraham Lincoln, which I don't understand why he celebrated as such a great president. They still get paid reparations for the Holocaust. Native Americans, not all of them, good grip of them, are getting paid reparations. But black people, they just have to suck it up and deal with it. For the life of me, I can't understand why we're not in a place where we're paying reparations out to descendants of slaves. You can't come up with an argument, even though you're going to bring up the fact that that had nothing to do with us, that was so long ago. It doesn't matter. You still represent a race who was responsible for these atrocities, and we've never atoned for these sins, not one single solitary second as a nation in our 250 years of history. Not once. We just pass the buck down to the next generation, and that ball keeps rolling down the hill. And there are over 100 documented race massacres that have taken place on United States soil. Massacres that include stripping land from freedmen, destroying land, destroying businesses, destroying homes, destroying families, and never being held responsible for the destruction that we've caused. I would imagine that in today's financial landscape, the destruction that we've caused throughout the history of time to black people would probably be in the trillions of dollars of debt that we owe. These are people who broke away from the white dollar, from the white society, to create their own, to hopefully sustain their own. Because we didn't want them. We didn't want them in our neighborhoods. We didn't want them in our stores, in our churches. We didn't want them at all. We didn't want them near us. And when black people tried to break off from white people and create their own, to leave us the alone, which is what white people wanted largely. It was to be left alone, was to be separated from black people. What did Caucasians do? We destroyed what they built for themselves. We ripped them from their homes. We mutilated them. We ate them. We used them as soups. We used their skins to create our shoes, our belts, our goddamn wallets. We used their teeth to replace ours. We used their hairs to stuff our chairs. We took pictures of us hanging black men and put it on postcards and shipped that shit across the United States to our friends and family as a means to joke.
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the younger generation.
I made my first million last year, actually.
What line of work are you in?
We took everything that they worked for, that they built for themselves. We stripped it from them. We either took their communities and made our own, or we completely destroyed them. And we never...
Do your research, Black Wall Street. I'm going to let him keep cooking. He cooking.
Paid them back. We were so hateful as a country that instead of paying them back, instead of righting our wrongs, instead of atoning for our sins, we were so hateful that in the literature of insurance, we labeled these instances as riots and not massacres because that would make us not legally binded to pay these people back. So we took everything they worked for. They weren't impeding on our rights. They were trying to break away from us, which is what we wanted to begin with. and we destroyed it because they were sustaining off of our dollar, which is what, again, we wanted to begin with. And we never were held responsible for these acts. And we never paid them back. So yes, bitch, we owe these people reparations. You mean to tell me Jews can get reparations for Holocaust decades after it happened, but black people can't get reparations for centuries and centuries of chattel slavery? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Where does that make sense? You mean to tell me that we could have paid slave owners for having to release their slaves? We paid them reparations, but we can't pay the slaves reparations? Tell me how stupid you can be without telling me how stupid you can be.
I appreciate My Name is Hawk. He said some shit I didn't even think about.
Check it out, family 2026. I told y'all the veil is gone. Now we got multiple rainbows popping up in the sky. And I'm sorry, but the location was not given. I did research to see if this was AI. I know y'all still gonna say AI like goofies, but at the end, I'm gonna show y'all that it's not AI. But on Phono Grave, shit is crazy.
This is really freaking me out. I'm in my grocery store and my girlfriend just told me about this conspiracy theory, and it's happening in my grocery store right now. I'm gonna show you like regular price tags. Okay, look. Paper, regular price tags. This is how much everything is. And then you come over here and look at these ones. That's a camera right there. So they're replacing all of the paper ones with those digital ones that they can change automatically, but they have a camera. And so my girlfriend was telling me that they use the camera to use facial recognition, and they're gonna link you to like your Amazon account, they're gonna link you to everything online, like everything that you have, and they're gonna change the price of your groceries according to who you are, that they recognize by your face, by your Amazon, by your Facebook, by everything. So if they see your spending habits and that you're spending more, your groceries are going to be more expensive. And I'm freaked out that this is happening in my grocery store right now. And it's slow. Like there's some sections that it still has the paper tag, but I'm here kind of late at night and I saw a lady switching it over. So what's going on in your grocery stores? Is this a conspiracy theory that is true? And if not, why do they have cameras?
That shit should be illegal with inflation and shit like that, bro. But let me know if it's happening in y'all city. I'm gonna be looking too. That shit should be illegal, bro. That shit ain't even cool.
I ain't see it out here, but if y'all seen it out here in New York, please let me know in the comments, jeez. Holla at me. Hold on. And if you got this far in my video and you ain't do it yet, yo, what you waiting for, man? Become a G. And hit that like and subscribe and join the G's. And to all my G's, y'all know what it is, Niz. They don't make them like these.
But complete control is what they aiming for. Ain't true.
You know what's scary is, you ask someone from the 80s who's been alive 20 years, 30 years at that point, do you remember the skies being like this? And they say, oh yeah, they've always been like this. They haven't though. They haven't paid attention. Them skies were blue with big white fluffy clouds and a yellow sun. I used to draw it as a kid.
There was no yellow sun anymore.
It's white because apparently the real sun's either gone, and this is an artificial sun. In 2015, they made, in 2015, in 2015, they illuminated 12 artificial suns. Do you not think it gives off a different heat as well?
He got some strong points, but I feel like dude laughing didn't believe him.
What do you think are the 3 biggest lies?
If you want to, let's dive down that rabbit hole. I mean, it's crazy. But if y'all want to do it, we could do it.
Humans have been told.
I think the 3 biggest lies are death is the final reckoning, whereas I think death is actually the beginning. I think that if you look at secret societies, the way they initiate you into the society is through death.
It makes sense. Death is a normal part of life in this universe, meaning death is only a beginning or rebirth. Maybe that's what many religious and spiritual texts been telling us all along.
They pretend that you died. They bury you. And the reason why is that every time you die, you can look at yourself for who you are and choose a better path. So you're able to let go of who you are. And that's why I think death is important. Rebirth and rejuvenation. It allows for a reset. And I think that's a mechanism of knowledge accumulation where if you are making a mistake in this life, don't worry about it because you're going to die. And you'll probably come back at a later point and learn from your mistakes. But don't be afraid to die. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's all part of the growing process. So I think death is one of the greatest lies, and it's a very destructive lie where, for whatever reason, everyone's afraid to die, so they spend billions of dollars trying to live forever, right?
I have no idea what this is. It was sent without context, but it is definitely an odd video. My guess is it's just the way the camera perceives where they're at or whatever, but it's crazy.
I'm here. Where do you want me to? Wait, did you just color grade me?
If you tell him
where, for whatever reason, everyone's afraid to die, so they spend billions of dollars trying to live forever, right?
I have no idea.
Explain it, mama. Explain it. Explain it.
What this is. It was sent without context, but it is definitely an odd video.
Look at this. Look at this.
My
It's gotta
guess
be like
is it's
Japan
just the
somewhere.
way the camera perceives
Somewhere
where they're at
around
or
there,
whatever, but it's
Asia.
crazy.
If you telling me you ain't seen this man on your FYP, I know you're lying. This right here is Isaiah Thomas. He's walking from Philadelphia to California to raise money to open up a school for underprivileged kids in Philly. Things was going great for this young man. And then this happens.
Damn.
Just crazy. That right there lets you know that there's a man upstairs watching over him. Because that situation could have been a whole lot worse.
I heard about this accident. It was a car that was trailing me, and there was a car behind them that was speeding and hit them, which started them to hit me. I flew in the air. Video that happened, they trying to figure out how I'm still alive. The cop said, I'm just so happy that I'm looking at you like this and I'm not looking at you dead. God did.
Definitely wishing him a speedy recovery. There may be bumps in the road, but he will finish his journey. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers because he walking for
Prayers out to little bro, and he doing something that's official, and I gotta give him all out here, backing him up, man. Little bro doing what he gotta do. Yo, that's just unfortunate, man. Yo, people, start paying attention. Pay attention.
purpose.
I had to take out the clip where he actually got popped. The car came up behind him and smacked him. I said I'll start a Patreon only, and I understand a lot of people didn't want that, and I only said that just so everybody could see the most rawest of the rawest clips. So we didn't get muted or censored. Even when y'all want me to say the most, when y'all want to hear what I got to say, I can say it. When y'all want to see everything, y'all can see it without guidelines, without any of that. So that's why I brought that up. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all still want the Patreon, and we still post here as well. So we will put whatever's on the channel on the Patreon plus.
To answer to that, bro, yes, we need your Patreon because we need to have an open conversation where we can really say what we want to say, where we can really express ourselves. We need that.
More on the Patreon that couldn't make the channel. Let me know your thoughts. I would only make it like, if I could, I would only make it like $1. That's all I would make it. Nothing crazy. I don't need it. I don't even want it. It's only because, you know what I mean? If I can make it free, I'll also make it free. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, because I'm unaware of how that whole thing works as far as paying for it and all that, subscriptions and all that. I don't want to make it a subscription thing. I want to keep it high as with YouTube, but I don't know how that works. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts if y'all want me to do that or not. Prayers to bro.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
and neither are you, which is why it is so important we look at the facts and then decide for ourselves if we are onto something, if we're completely nuts, or if we're just justifiably skeptical. Because in 2009, Peter Thiel wrote that freedom and democracy were no longer compatible. Curtis Yarvin wrote that American democracy was a failed experiment. And it was J.D. Vance who in 2021 in a podcast appearance cited Yarvin by name when he said that in a second Donald Trump term, he should fire every mid-level bureaucrat and replace them with our people. Stephen Bannon has repeatedly said there is a plan to serve a third term as a vehicle of divine providence. And Yarvin wrote the leader must use the mass movement to win the democracy game, then demand and take absolute power. And the mass movement must delegate absolute trust in the leader. Meanwhile, through his many actions and even more words, Stephen Miller has made it abundantly clear that the ends always justify the means. The advisor closer to the president than anyone else in the world, I believe, would absolutely use any means necessary. So if we believe that the people around go to extreme lengths to serve him, we then ask ourselves, what would those extreme lengths be? And for that, we don't need to look at any evidence from the past couple of years, because history provides plenty of it. These examples are painfully predictable and follow a very simple pattern. First, in 1931, there was the Mukden incident, where Japanese soldiers planted a on their own railway, detonated it, and then blamed the Chinese so they could attack the Chinese. In 1934 Germany, there was the Night of the Long Knives, where a specific German dictator fabricated evidence of a coup, then used that as justification to execute hundreds of military leaders he saw as a threat. In the Soviet Union in 1934, there was the Kirov assassination, where it's believed that Stalin had somebody on his own team executed so they could justify the Great Purge, which was a 4-year campaign that ended the lives of millions of Soviet citizens and consolidated all remaining power under Stalin. In 1939, there was the Gleiwitz incident, where a team of German soldiers dressed in Polish uniforms fake hijacked a German radio station and then broadcast a fake pro-Polish message in order to justify the invasion of Poland. In 1939, the Soviet Union, they shelled one of their own villages along the Finnish border so they could accuse Finland of breaking the Non-Aggression Pact and launch what was called the Winter War. In 1953, there was something called the Doctors' Plot, where Stalin fabricated a conspiracy that a bunch doctors wanted to assassinate Soviet leaders, which historians believe would have been used to justify sending 2 million people to Siberia had Stalin not died only a few months later. And in 1979, there was the Ba'ath Party purge in Iraq. Saddam Hussein tortured a fake confession out of a leader in order to claim there was an uprising within the party, which he then used to justify calling an emergency meeting where he called everyone in the party into one room, and one by one he named all of the people he wanted to get rid of and said that they were working against him. And then he had the remaining people in the room execute those people. And of course, in North Korea, the ruling party claims several times every year they have foiled plots against the dictator. Now, this is just barely scratching the surface of the history books. The fact is that throughout human history, authoritarian regimes have manufactured threats to expand state power, to preemptively justify war, to instill fear in rivals, and to create a cult of divine protection. Because for these people, it's never enough to have a leader who is powerful. They have to believe that their leader is chosen. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter to me what you believe or don't believe about any specific event over the last 2 years. All that really matters to me is that through the lens of historical pattern recognition, you understand that you were not crazy.
Yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comments. And as always, explain that, mama. Bro, this one was a deep one, bro. And I don't know if I agree with everything, but it's a lot of stuff that, like, old bro was cooking about the reparations, man. And things in the sky all kind of weird. But I'm going to holler at y'all the next time, man. Y'all all stay up. And I'm out.